Okay, so let's start. First, I will ask a question. Josh, could you please introduce yourself briefly? 现在先请他自我介绍一下. So,
sure. So my name is Josh Painter. I've been working with development. I've been coding for about 20 years now, mostly on the Microsoft stack and languages, C#, .NET, etc. And in the last few years, I've been working more with some of the open source languages and Python, getting more introduced to JavaScript and some of the front-end languages, and of course cryptography. So that's kind of my background. I've been coding for a very long time, and just recently in the last few years have been interested in cryptography and some of the blockchain technologies out there.
So when did you first know Chia, and why you select Chia as your developing environment?
Sure. So I first got into Chia last year when mainnet launched. I think it was what, March or April of last year. And I was just doing the farming bit. I was more interested in learning how to farm it and how to set up my hard drives and my servers and all of that. I'm currently running about 1.6 petabytes of storage space, and so I've grown quite a bit over the last year. But about beginning of this year, I started getting into the actual development of Chia instead of just farming. That's where I started Catmosphere and things like that. So yeah, that's where I first started Chia.
So before Chia, have you ever tried in other crypto, like Ether or something else?
I did play with Ethereum from the mining perspective. So I built a GPU setup. I think I had 8 old RX 580 GPUs. I was running those for a while it was still profitable for Ethereum. But that was back before Chia. Once I started getting into Chia, I eventually shut down my GPUs and spent more time and money buying more hard drives. So yeah, I never did much Bitcoin, unfortunately. I wish I had done Bitcoin way back, 10 years ago, but unfortunately I didn't.
以及最近关于 NFT 和这个版税有很多争论，他是怎么看的？ So what's your point of view of about NFT and why you start Catmos and recently lots of arguments on the Twitter about the NFT and the royalty. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I love NFTs. Obviously, we have a lot of fun with NFTs. Originally, when I started Catmos, it was for the different cats, the different tokens. The idea was that you could play games with your different tokens that the environment or that the community had created. And I think we'll be able to do similar things with NFTs. Right now, it's more about collecting NFTs or trading them or selling them for profit. But I think going into the future, I think we'll have a lot more utility where you'll be able to trade these NFTs maybe inside games or use them for leveling up. Maybe you have the level 1 NFT and then you work hard in the game and you level up to the level 2 NFT and so on and so forth. So I think we'll have a lot of fun there. And I think trading NFTs will be very important. So right now, you can trade NFTs for cats or Chia. But I think in the future, you'll be able to trade NFTs directly with each other. And that will be very important to be able to enable some of these fun games and trading games that I have in mind. Almost like baseball cards or Pokemon cards or any of those type of games that we could enable with NFTs. So I think we'll have a lot of fun there. With commissions, I think the community seems to have settled on 3 to 5% commission rates, which I think is fair. I think if you are trading NFTs directly with other NFTs, in my opinion, I don't think there should be a royalty in that case anyway. I think it's more like a couple of kids trading Pokemon cards or baseball cards. It's similar to that. I don't think that if there's no money trading hands or no value trading hands, and it's just the collectible thing, then I don't think the creator minds as much getting a royalty from that, because there's no money trading hands anyway. So, but there are some projects I've seen that have experimented with higher royalties, like 100%, or even my Happy Seedling, I experimented with 50% and 100%. And these are for different reasons. Sometimes you may want to discourage people buying the NFT, and you only want them to trade it with other NFTs. And for those type of projects, I can see a very high royalty where the creator may say, I don't really want you selling this. I want you to trade it for other things. And if you trade it for other NFTs, then it's free. There's no royalty. But if you do want to sell it, there's a high royalty. So I can see different incentive structures for different projects and different games like that. I think that'll be fun.
Okay, you referred that you are doing planning the Catamos NFT with your sister.
Yes, that's right.
So your sister is a paint artist, or
right? Yeah, it's actually
use a little bit. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it's my little sister. Her name is Jera, and she's an amazing artist. She's also an author. She's written things and stuff like that. So she's very creative, and much more creative than me. I'm more of creative on the code and the typing than the drawing. But she's very good at that. So she's had a lot of fun. And in our Discord, she's been working with some of the owners of the Catmos token that we did for the Catmos 0 token to actually create these NFTs according to what the owners want. And then the idea is that the attributes that these original owners have created with her in collaboration, we will then randomize those attributes over the rest of the collection and let release those to the public for everybody else to buy. So that'll be fun.
So the idea is the proof of the ownership, or to prove you are the creator of an NFT. Is that the reason you start Go4me?
That's one of the reasons. So the main idea behind Go4me is you can almost imagine it as a metadata lookup service at its very base, where you can turn a username into an XCH address. But the other functionality that will be added is turning any sort of username or adding pointers to your usernames to point to other things. So for example, starting out your username, for example, on Twitter, my username is Endertown. So I have endertown.go4.me, and that's my full Go4me username, so to speak. And that, if you go to that address, it just shows a nice little picture of a gopher right now and my XCH address. But the concept is that in the future, we will add the ability for you to add more bits of information, not just your XCH address, but maybe your DID, or several. Maybe you have several DIDs because you have different collections that you've created. You may also want to show off your own NFT collection. So maybe there'll be right there on the profile page will show your NFTs that you want to show off to other people. Maybe it'll list your phone number, your email address, your website, any other sort of information that you want to publicly put out there so that other people can easily go and look up that one thing. So it's not just about DIDs. It's not just about XCH addresses. It's not just about, your domain name necessarily. It's really almost, and MySpace was very popular in the United States. I don't know if it was popular in Chia as much. And I'm sure you have similar things there, but this concept of a kind of a personal homepage that you can add information to so other people can easily look up information about you. That's really the end goal, I think, here with Go4me. So the idea is that you can easily set up your own Go4me page, and then going forward, it's really important that you are able to update your own information without involving me or any other third party. So the way I'm building it is that once you establish your presence, your Go4me username, you are able to update that XCH address or your email address or your phone number just by your own. You can use your own wallet, your own commands completely independently from me or Go4me. Once you have these NFTs, they're yours, and you can change them without ever having to ask permission or pay for renewals or anything like that. So that's the end goal here with Go4me.
我想问一下他这个问题。So Josh, that's a great idea. That's I now I kind of understand Go4me, and it's for me it's something like a passport. So you can have a different page, show different thing, but in the future, can you record the? There are a few questions, two questions. First, if you can record the activities. For example, I visit some website. I have a donation to some projects, so that will prove I am myself. Okay, and another thing is, can I select? I have many, like a homepage. I have some information I want share, but to somebody, but not all of them. Can I select my information?
That's interesting. Right now, it is mostly public, just similar to the idea is that you store the information with the NFT itself. So of course, that's all public information on the blockchain. But we do have data layer coming up, which from what I understand does allow some interesting permissions, right? So you can give other specific DID wallets permissions to see your data or not see your data. Now that's all. I don't think that'll be in the first version, from what I understand. I'm just reading the kind of the white paper, but that is something they mentioned is a future possibility with data layer would be not allowing full public access, but allowing just access to things that you want in that data layer. So that's another big piece going forward with both Go4me and SeedSnap, of course. Is storing NFT images in data layer, and I think that will be a big thing going forward as well. So yeah.
So okay, now could you please introduce your Go4me and SeedSnap in detail, especially the SeedSnap. You can create NFT directly from Twitter, right?
That's right. Yep. So right now, and I know this is tough for the Chinese audience because not a lot of people have access to Twitter, from what I understand. But both of these are based on Twitter right now. Now I do plan on building on other frameworks, of course, Discord and maybe even some Chinese services if I could get some help from some Chinese developers. That would be great. But I have built this in a way that it can interface with any of these social providers. It's not tied to Twitter necessarily. That's just where I've started, for now. So I would love to expand beyond there. But the idea is with both Go4me and SeedSnap, you just send a tweet. That I wanted to make it very easy for people getting onto Chia. Not everybody is a developer, of course, even though a lot of the community member of Chia right now are very technical and are developers. Eventually they won't be, right? We'll have more people coming in that we need to make it very easy for these people to do things that are fun. So with Go4me, if you want a Go4me domain name, then you just tweet your XCH address and mention the @Go4me bot account, and it will make an account for you or make a website domain for you on the web server, and then respond to your tweet and give you your URL that you have. And then that's just the beginning. Of course, we have a lot more fun planned for that. And then SeedSnap is even more interesting. You can tweet any image, video, or even a link to a website. And if you mention @SeedSnap with 2 P's at the end, then the SeedSnap bot will take that media out of that tweet that you've sent, and it will mint it as an NFT on the Chia blockchain right then. It will then create an offer file and put it out on, excuse me, upload it to Dexy, and then reply to your tweet with a link to the offer file on Dexy. So it does all of this in about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on network traffic and how big the queue is. Unfortunately, I can only mint one at a time right now. So if a lot of people request at once, you might wait for a minute. But yeah, it's all kind of experimental right now and just learning how all of this stuff works together. So it's been a great project from that perspective, and it's been a lot of fun.
So it's just very easy. You tweet anything, right? like a text or picture or video or even music, and then they will generate NFT automatically on Chia blockchain, right?
Well, not music, unfortunately, because there's no, we don't have music NFTs yet. Hopefully someday, but yeah. So right now it will take any image or a GIF or even a video, and it will turn a video. It will make a video into a GIF, but of course there'll be no sound with it. But yeah, that will do it. You can also even send a link to a website, and the bot will go and render that website and take a snapshot of it and then make that snapshot the NFT. So that's kind of neat too.
So it's bounded with Twitter, right? Right now at this moment, but you know, we have that problem to access Twitter. So you said already, it's not the only choice,
right.
Twitter, but some other ideas, like we can do it in WeChat someday.
Absolutely. So yeah, I have not worked with WeChat, but I would love to learn another. I love learning. So maybe somebody from your audience, I'd love to work with somebody who knows that that platform, and we could definitely build something there. Like I said, I've built it so that it's not tied to Twitter. The Twitter part of it is really just a queue that's listening for tweets, and then it sends that into the main engine that does all of the work. So really, we could have multiple different queues listening from different social engines or different providers, and then all feeding into the same thing. The other thing with SeedSnap is I'm actually right now working on a website version, and it's seedsn.app. So you can just go to seedsn.app website, and you will be able to eventually upload an image there or a video or a website link and have the same functionality outside of Twitter. So there'll be some fun things there. And of course, on Go4me as well, I would like to integrate these services so that, for example, if you have a Go4me account registered, then maybe you get a free seed snap every day that it's sent right to your Go4me address, you know, that you can do. Little fun things like that. So we'll have stuff like that. Or maybe you can send a gift seed snap to somebody else with a Go4me account because you just need their username. And so you can just send it over to them. So yeah, we'll have some fun.
So will Go4me work together with the wallet, like Chia or Gobi or Pocket?
Absolutely. Yeah, that is also the goal. So again, right now with Go4me, you just tweet your address and it sets up the website for you, just your profile page. But eventually you will be able to add more information to your profile page. And the way that will work is each bit of information will be another NFT that you mint and put onto your profile page, so to speak. And that NFT will contain maybe your email address or phone number or whatever bit of information that you want to publicly provide. But then the way that you'll mint that is with a Gobi wallet or a Pocket wallet or one of those wallets. You can do it right there on the website. Maybe there'll be offer files as well through Dexy or things like that. But yeah, absolutely. I want to integrate, especially on SeedSnap. So SeedSnap, you'll be able to go there and upload your image or your video or your link or whatever, and then right then make a payment for that NFT and get it delivered directly to your address without going through the offer file process. Or maybe you can also, maybe there will be also the offer file processes with the wallets that support that sort of thing. So absolutely, I plan on making it even easier from that perspective if you're right on the main website where you'll be able to just integrate with those wallets. And eventually I would love to see the Chia wallet itself support Go4me, of course. So I would love to, in the Chia wallet, just type in Endertown and be able to send a transaction to that Endertown address because it looks it up on the chain and figures out what address that is. So we'll see how that goes, but that would be the pinnacle, the best thing to have happen.
So yeah, it's very nice if you can support by Chia wallet, but it's something soon. Okay, TM, and NameDAO, they already forked. They by themselves forked the Chia RPC wallet. And do you have that idea?
You know, I'm not sure. I think that's an interesting, again, I am all for different community projects trying different things. I will never say things are bad ideas because we don't know until someone tries it, right? And that's the whole point. So I think that that's absolutely a very cool thing that they're doing. And it's a lot of work, of course. So I respect them for that. I don't know that that's the eventual goal. I think in my mind, the goal would be, of course, for the main wallet to support it. Now, of course, that's the first step, right? You have to somehow build your own, what you think the wallet should contain, and then you're able to prove that out in the wild with your own users. And then maybe you can take that to Chia and say, look, this is what we've done, and this seems to have worked. Or you're going to learn lots of lessons that way. You're going to learn lots of, bugs or things that might not work before you even present it to Chia team. So I think that's I do think that's a great way to go about it. I wouldn't consider that a long-term solution, of course. I don't think a lot of people will want to download a fork version of the client. I think they're going to want to stick to the official version. But as I said, if you think about this more as a beta test or a proof of concept, I think that's a great idea. My goal would be more to go right to the source and try to get it integrated directly into the wallet. Maybe even via some official SDKs. We've heard on their roadmap with wallet SDKs, things like that. So there's other options as well. My main focus right now is on building the service from the top layers, from what the user sees. I think that's the main difference between our projects. I'm trying to build it kind of from the top down. And I know I don't know exactly how everything will work at the very bottom, but I know I will figure that out as I go. They're kind of going the other way. They're building from the top, from the bottom up, which it may be a better solution. I don't know. We'll see, right? This is kind of the fun and experimentation. So we'll see.
I watched your interview with Gerald last week, and yeah, it's a great talk. And I noticed that you talked about the notification from the website. So now, do you have any idea about that? Yeah, that's really what we need. Sometimes we need that be notified, right?
Yes, exactly. So that's an interesting problem. And I think ideally you would have some sort of messaging platform built onto the chain itself so that you and I can send messages to each other securely. Because once you have that, now we can send messages, we can send offer files, and of course notifications, right? So if I have maybe a little messenger running in my computer that's looking on the blockchain for new messages to me, similar to coins that are given to me by someone else or sent to me, then I can see how that might work. Now, again, you have the problem of scale. At some sort of big scale, you wouldn't be able to run these millions and millions of messages on the layer one blockchain. So you'd need to look at data layer or something above that. But I think the notification system itself could be as simple starting out as if you start out with kind of some Web 2 technologies, very simple, cookies in browsers, things like that. So for example, Dexy right now doesn't keep track of usernames and passwords or accounts, but as you upload offers, it is keeping track of the offers that you've uploaded, I presume, in a cookie of some sort in your browser. And so possibly, there's ways to notify through browser today, if you allow the sites to do that. So we could see some things around there where you still don't have to keep track of identities or individual usernames and passwords, but you can still notify a specific browser, that there's a new offer for that user that used that browser to upload something. So I don't know the specifics yet. It could be as easy as, using some Web 2 technology in a novel way, all the way to the advanced layer 1 or layer 2 on blockchain messaging dApps that we will probably see in the future at some point. I imagine it'll start simple and it'll get more and more on blockchain and private and message secure and things like that. So we will see. But yeah, we definitely need it. It's just a matter of who builds it at this point.
So, okay, that's a very good answer. And do you want to start to build a community like other projects?
Yeah, I think so. Right now, it's still very early. I'm still I'm getting a lot of feedback through Twitter and some of that space as well, of course. But my goal with Go4me specifically, and even SeedSnap to some extent, is to continue to build out, again, like I said, other platforms, not just Twitter. I would love to build a Discord bot eventually for both of these products and a Discord space. Maybe even let other Discord projects use these bots in their spaces, similar to my cat bot that I originally did a while back. And then, of course, the other platforms, social platforms out there entirely. So that is definitely the goal, to build more of a community around the concept, especially around SeedSnap. I think that will be a lot of fun, trading pictures and making it very, very easy for people to mint their own NFTs. I think that's one of the big pain points right now with Chia, is if you just want to create your own NFT, but you don't know a lot about the technology, it's very hard. But these sort of projects, I think, are what I really like to do, to make very complex things very, very simple, and try to figure out the absolute simplest way to do something. So building a community around that's very important. And I want to, right now I'm concentrated on getting the first version out. But as soon as that's out there, I'm definitely going to start spreading out and asking for more feedback from different communities for sure.
So you heard about the Chia DAO, right? The first the DAO platform on Chia blockchain, and I'm trying on that. I'm testing that.
Cool.
So yeah, how do you think about the DAO system on Chia?
I think there's a lot of challenges. Just the very structure of the UTXO model and everything's a coin rather than the account model, I think brings along some challenges, because you want DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. You want the organization to be decentralized, of course, but there's still some components that you need centralized. In other words, the voting system of some sort. You've got to be able to gather votes from members and add them all up and then come to some sort of agreement. So you need something, whether it's running on the blockchain or whatever it is, that does that in an open and transparent and fair way that everybody can audit and see how it works. But you still need these components that are these primitives, as we call them. And I think the Chia team has already mentioned some that they're working in some of the tweets and some of the AMAs that I've listened to. I know that they've mentioned DAO coins and the ideas behind them. So I definitely expect the Chia team themselves to release more guidance and at least these very basic primitives that we can reuse and build from there. But I'm also, again, like I said, I'm very excited to see other community and other projects experiment with things. So I'm also following that DAO, and I'm interested to see what other ideas crop up and before the Chia team gives us some kind of their official version of it. So I also don't myself, I'm not as up to date with DAOs. I need to learn more about them myself, just in general, before I can really comment that much more on pros and cons. So I have a lot of learning to do in that area in general anyway. And I think over the next, I think on their roadmap is through the rest of the year is they're planning some more work with DAO. So I'm excited to see what they come up with, and I'm excited to learn more about that for sure.
So actually, yeah, I know what you mean, and DAO is a very, I think, very useful for the Chia ecosystem, because every team or project, they need their own community and their own shareholders or whatever members. So it's kind of administration tools to manage it easier. So I can give you an example that I just started Go4me DAO, and we are hiring some volunteers. to follow the projects, all the projects in ecosystem, in Chia ecosystem. So you just mentioned that you may hope somebody who know Chinese to help maintain your channel or Discord. Yeah, we can hire and help you, and we get the feedback and then show to our members. That is a very good, how to say, to build the ecosystem together.
Absolutely.
We can use the resource more efficiently. Not everybody has a translator. Every community has a translator, so we can share.
Right. That's awesome. I love that. Very cool.
Yeah. I think we can talk a little bit later about that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So basically that's all my questions today, and we have I sent Josh a question before.我之前给他一个问题，就是每一次来的这个嘉宾，我们都管他要这个企业的地址，然后给他发一个礼物。So every guest come to our AMA, we will send a gift to him, and if you give us your XCH address. So now, Josh, where is your XCH address?
Oh, you can find it on Go4me, of course. So my username is indertown.go4.me. And if you go there, you can see my XCH address and copy and paste it right into your wallet and send it from there. And thank you. Appreciate it.
I just want to say that now it's much easier. I don't need to ask XCH address. It's that long number.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just said okay. I send it to Entertown Go4me. That's it. So that's much easier than before.
Awesome.
That's great thing we can see in the future. Yeah.
Very cool.
So now we are open to our members. If you have any questions, you can ask it online. So somebody asking that, can you show us on the screen? I don't know if is it convenient for you, Josh?
Sure. Let me try it. Oh, it says it's disabled.
那个小助理把共享屏幕给 Josh 打开一下。
One second. Okay, now it's working. Let's see. Here we go. Share that. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, just give me 1 second here. Okay, you can see all that probably. Oh my goodness, my tabs are crazy.
Mine's same.
Hold on, let me exit this. There we go. I need my tabs on the side so I can see them all. Let's see. Let me show you something really quick. Let's see if okay, so this is what I'm working on right now for the SeedSnap website. So the idea is that you will be able to come here and you can create a new one up here. Of course, you'll be able to search for existing ones by maybe username or descriptions. You'll also be able to filter by pictures and videos and things. So this will just show you all of the seed snaps that other people have created in a nice big box here. And the neat thing is,
give me like a second to translate that part. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. 就是这个是现在它正在工作的这个正在运行的这个网站，然后在右上角这个 create sn.app 这个位置可以创造自己的这个就是 C snap 同时右侧可以搜索以前所创造出来的东西，左侧可以搜索这个就是一些图片呢或者是视频之类的。You good?
Okay, so right now I'm working on this what's called the bin packing algorithm. So I'm trying to, because of the seed snaps are different sizes, of course, everybody snaps whatever picture they want. They could be different sizes and different perspectives. So this little widget library that I'm working on allows the algorithm to kind of move things around and let you arrange things that look really nice on the screen. So the idea is that when you come here, it will kind of arrange all of the current seed snaps in a nice way that you can scroll up and scroll down and see them here. But the other thing that I want to use this widget for specifically is on the Go4me page. So if we go look at just, whoops, hendertown.go4me. This is my live Go4me page. And right now we just see my XCH address and my username that I've linked it to. And so up here in the URL, you can see that it's hendertown.go4.me. In the future, I would like this to be more of a profile page like we've talked about, and it would actually maybe show your NFT collection similar to this type of layout. So you would be able to move your NFTs around and kind of display them on your page and show them off using this little layout tool. So that's what I'm kind of working on now for both of these projects at the same time.
现在我正在做的是将这个做一个算法的模型，就是我希望能将那个因为大家所上传的图片和视频它大小都是不一样的。所以我希望能做出一个算法模型，然后能让这个系统能让系统和你个人呢去调节这个整个的各种图片的和 GIF 的那大小，然后来去这样子你打开这个网站的话，它就会有一个更好的或者是一个更理想的形式去呈现出来。然后呢，那我刚才给大家看的这个 Go4me 的这个网站呢，就是现在所有的这个 Go4me 的网站。以后呢，我希望我还是像这刚才 AMA 里讲的一样，我希望能把 Go4me 的网站做成就是类似于一个你能去展示自己 NFT 和更多信息的一个网站。Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of having fun now.
Yeah. So can you show how to Twitter in Twitter to get a name and an NFT?
Absolutely. So on Twitter, let me switch to, I don't think my SeedSnap account has a Go4me. Let's check it. Actually, I don't think it does. SeedSnap.go4me. Okay, so no, it doesn't. There's no page right now for SeedSnap.
SeedSnap 点 Go4me 现在是没有这个任何信息的，我会在这个顶上去创建。
So let me get my SeedSnap receive address from my other screen. I've got that copied, and I'm logged in as just my normal Twitter account. So if you just would tweet your XCH address.
你推特你的自己的 XCH 地址，并且 @Go4me
Go4me bot.
Go4me bot， 并且点 tweet
that. And so it will take a minute here. Let me see if I can speed it up a bit.
我看看能不能把它加速一下，
Maybe.
大概会1分钟左右。
I think it might take a minute here, but let's see.
大概会花大概1分钟。
So this is my Go4me bot. So it will.
这是我的 Go4me bot.
There's the tweet that I just tweeted from my other account. So it did see it.
这是我刚才做的推特，然后他看到了。
So
yeah, that will take a few minutes, no problem. Maybe you can at the same time tweet a picture. We use Entertain, then we can make an NFT at the same time, so we can arrange the time.
That is a great idea. In fact, let's take. I think. Yep, here we go. So the other neat thing is you can reply to tweets. So I'm just going to reply.
你可以回复推特，然后就获得这个功能。
And just mention SeedSnap just like that.
你只需要提到它。
now the SeedSnap bot will see this tweet and it will see that I don't have anything. There's no pictures attached to this tweet. So it's going to look at the reply and see if there's any pictures here. And so it should make an NFT out of this picture right here.
它应该会通过这个图片，然后制作出一个 NFT。
And let's see. This is a little bit of the, let me see. Let me sign in on this and. Okay, notice right here, one like.
现在有一个赞。
It's liked by the SeedSnap. So the first thing the bot does once it sees your tweet is it likes it, just to let you know that it has seen it.
他看到以后，他就会给你个赞，告诉你看到了。
And I think we are. One second.
稍等一下。
There it goes. It runs every 3 minutes, so I just manually made it run, so it'll go a little bit faster.
Okay.
他每3分钟跑一次，然后我只是那个手动让它跑得稍微快一些。
Let's see if the other one. Let's go to SeedSnap. Oh, did you see that? So there it is. So Go4me replied back with seedsnap.go4me.
Go4me 回复了这个 seedsnap.go4me.
And so now we have, instead of this 404 that we were getting, if we refresh it, now we have our SeedSnap page and we have our address that you can send if you want to send something to SeedSnap.
刚才更新刚才的网页，你就会获得新的这个网地址，然后你同时会有 XA 式的地址，然后和一些未来的可能性。
Also, by the way, this is an image that I generate on the fly and I insert this in here. So eventually this will be your NFT that you actually get that has this information in it. So that's the idea there. We may even have different types of NFT profile pictures that you can choose from. This was just kind of the initial kind of concept of how it would work.
这只是最初的一个想法，就是现在 NFT 目前头像这个地方以后会换成你自己头像。
So that's a marmot, right?
Yes. Yes. It's, so
why you guys love marmot so much?
I don't know. I don't know why. It's funny. I don't know why. But yeah, so gopher, another word for marmot is gopher. So that's why it's the funny Go4. It's like a gopher. So, okay. Yep. But I don't know why somebody started the marmot thing with Chia, and that just became kind of like the mascot, like kind of like Dogecoin with a dog. It's just a funny thing. Let's see. Let's go back to our main account.
回到主的账户。
Okay, it looks like it's finished minting right now. We're waiting for the confirmation of the mint according to the bot. So hopefully very soon here we will.
应该已经结束了这个融入过程中，然后现在等一个确认信息，然后希望能很快。
It usually it's pretty fast. Especially with low activity on the blockchain. It's usually within about 60 to 90 seconds. It seems like it'll confirm.
一般来讲，在如果区块链上活动比较少的话，它大概大概花掉60到90秒来去确认这个。
And this is one of the most challenging bits that I came across is, like I said, you have to mint one at a time for now with the built-in wallet. And so minting it and then waiting, basically polling and waiting to see that it's finished before you start the next one is very important. So
现在这个主网的一个最主要的问题就是现在就是只能一次性只能融入一个 NFT， 所以说最重要的就是你融入一个的过程中你要等下一个。
他将来会不会做这个就是 NFT 的这个集 ？So will you make it available for make NFT collection in the future?
Absolutely. Yep. So that's the idea is you will eventually receive when you send the Go4me bot your XCH address, it will generate the NFT and mint it just like SeedSnap does, but it will go ahead and just send it directly to the XCH address that you've posted. And that will be your first NFT that identifies you as a Go4me member. And then the NFTs you purchase from there will go along with that NFT to identify more information about you if you choose to purchase more of them.
是的，都会生产出更多的这个 FP 的期，然后这个你所拥有的这个 FP 会，我有点溜号了，好吧，你后面记。
Oh, it looks like
你所拥有的 NFT 的这个 NFT 本身会成为你未来的 NFT 的一个头吗？还是怎么样？Josh, would you want to repeat the last part of what you just said?
I'm sorry. What?
Like the massive mint of NFT. Sorry, I always missed that part. So,
the minting in order, is that what
yeah,
you mean?
yeah. No. The part of Chia and China's question, like you block mint.
Right. So when you with Go4me, when you eventually the idea eventually is as soon as you send that tweet, the Go4me system will mint that little image that it creates as a real NFT and send it directly to your address, and that'll be your first NFT for the Go4me system that you collect. But the first one's free, so you get your username for free. You don't pay anything to register it. You just get that for free. Now, if you want to add additional information to your profile, like email addresses, websites, other XCH addresses, DID information, you can purchase additional NFTs that will go along with that initial NFT, and they will add information to your profile page. So this way you can have, it's like the first, you get your profile page for free, but if you want to add more information to make publicly available, then you can purchase these other NFTs that will fill in those other bits of information. That's the idea.
想法是什么呢？是你所在网站上创立的，就是 Go4me 网站上创立的第一个 NFT， 就是你的收款地址，这个是免费的。往后放网站上任何的这个新的 NFT， 比如说你所要，比如说你的邮箱啊，然后手机号啊什么之类的，它都会以一个收费的 NFT 形式去放到网站上。然后所以说，那未来你可能会需要为这个东西所付费。
And look at that. Your mint is complete. So this was number 607. If we click on it, this is just the link directly to Dexy. So here it is on Dexy already there. You can purchase it for 0.01 XCH. So first one who wants to purchase this rare NFT that we just created on live stream can go purchase it at Dexy right now if they want.
谁想要买的话，可以直接上 Dexy 上去买。
That's a 0.1 0.01 it's a default setting.
That's the default. Yep. So that's about 40 cents US right now. So very small.
默认选项大概40美分，就是0.4美金。
所以大家可以看到啊，刚才就是很快他就把推特上的这个图，就是我们发的这个宣传海报，变成了一个 NFT， 而且已经上到了 Dexy。大家如果对这个海报感兴趣，可以花0.01个 XCH 把它买下来了。所以这个确实挺有意思的，很方便啊。大家就在推特上，可以是你自己做的一张图，也可以你就借用别人的图。比如说像这张图，它就是在下面推特下面做了个回复嘛，然后这个 at 了这个SeedSnap， 然后就是告诉他我要把这张图做成 NFT， 而且上架卖掉啊。So another question, Josh, if you did that by reply the Twitter, right? It's a very simple message. Just you reply and add SeedSnap, then that's an NFT. But if many people reply same thing, what that will happen?
Well, if several people replied on that thread, then it's going to make another NFT of the same one over and over. But you notice the interesting thing here about the name of it right here, Seed Snap by Endertown from tweet by Chia and China. So if someone else does it, then it's going to change. It would be a different person here. And so that's it differentiates, even though it may be the same image, it may come from a different person. So you would see that here.
河马问的问题是，如果你在这个同样的一个推特下面有多个人回复，会出现什么情况？然后情况是，但多个人回复会生成多个 NFT， 但区别在于在这个就是图片中的指示位置上的这个名字会变，就是谁融入的就会变成谁的名字。
Okay, so if like Elon Musk replied that will something like a signature by Elon Musk, right?
Exactly. And you'd have a different number as well. And let me show you this. If you inspect metadata and look at the JSON, let's put this. So in the JSON, I actually also have a link. This is the source tweet link. So this is the actual Twitter link that we made a snapshot of. So we keep that in the JSON as well, if you want that to go back. We also even take a snapshot of that source tweet. So let's look at this. This is actually, it's not the main NFT image, but we still take a snapshot of the Twitter thread itself, just so you can go back and look at exactly what it looked like whenever I asked it to do its thing. So see here, it's actually took a snapshot of my request to tweet it, and it stored that snapshot as an image in IPFS next to the real image. And it just kept that in the JSON for history as well. So now we always have a way to look up and go back and see who created this, when it was created, what did the thread actually look like. So this way, even if you deleted that thread on Twitter, this NFT could still show you what that thread looked like, even though it was deleted after the fact. It will always be there.
现在是你通过原始数据在那个原始数据中的 JSON 文件里边，你可以看到，就是它的 JSON 文件里边储存了JSON 文件里边储存了两个东西，一个是它原始的这个就是原始的那个 NFT 图片，那另外一个就是那个对应的这个当时的这一个推特的里边的整个的下面的回复的一个截图，这样，然后它截图是直接存在这个原始图片的 IPFS 的边上，然后这样子，如果以后即使有人把这个推特删除了，你也还是通过这个 NFT 还是能找到当年的这个回复。
对，这个其实也挺实用的，因为这个推特是可以删除的嘛，那有一些历史的一些你认为比较关键的时刻，或者是一些推特的这种，你可以把它通过这种方式，用 NFT 的方式就把它存下来，而且大家可以是确认这是真实的，不是你 PS 出来的，就这个意思。现在很多那种聊天不是可以 PS 吗
？We also have just the final thing that kind of makes each one of these unique is I added this thing called hash rank. So this is kind of funny. It takes the hash of the image, and it's just the first few digits of the hash, and it converts those to a number, and it gives you a ranking of this image. It doesn't mean anything. It's completely silly, but it's just yet another way to kind of make this a unique NFT. And so my thinking was eventually maybe people would try to collect images with a lower hash rank or a higher hash rank, or who knows, the community can make something fun out of this. But the idea was to give it another random attribute that might be useful for something in the future.
然后我通过这个 snapshot 这个 hash 的前几位创建出了一个，目前来看是没有什么太大意义的一个叫哈希那个排行榜的一个东西。然后呢，我的这个想法是希望能在未来给大家的一个更多的可操作性。这样子的话，可能社区会有一些人想得到一个最低的一个排名的一个 FT 或者一个最高排名的 FT 类似的，这样子给这个玩法会变得更多。
OK，他这个其实挺有创意的一个想法啊。然后 如果是这样能做的话，我在想，假设我现在买了一个 NFT，我买了一个 NFT，但是我想在上面加上我自己的东西，比如说我加一个河马的签名或者是什么东西在上面，然后另外再铸造出，就二次创作吧。不知道这个可不可以 ？So Josh, that's a good idea, but I'm thinking it's a kind of just thinking, okay? Maybe we can do something like that. If I have an NFT, I buy an NFT and I add my signature on that NFT and mint another NFT. You know what I mean? It's a fancy version of that.
Yep, that's interesting. I like that idea. Yeah, that's very cool.
我很喜欢这个方法，这个想法。
Because many NFT has its idea from the creator, from the artist. But after I buy it, I want to have my own creation on that.
Right.
For example, I sign by my signature and mint it as a gift to my wife or to my son.
Right. Yep. Those are great ideas. Absolutely. And those are more, that's exactly what this platform is meant for, is these one-off type of things, like your example of a gift to your son or your wife. You're not a creator that's creating a big collection of these. You don't need a big minting tool to do all of that. You just need something very simple because you just want to create something very simple for your family. So that's exactly where I'm trying to fill. I'm trying to fill that gap that we have right now. We have good tools for big mints and big collections. We're getting better and better tools with that. But we don't have a lot of tools for just single mints and easy to use tools. So that's where I want to try to fill the gap.
河马说的想法非常有意思，就是说在原本的一个 FT 基础上进行一次签名，或者是一次独立的一次创作，然后在此基础上变成一个二层的 FT， 然后并且类似于说把这个给到一些朋友或者给到一些亲人这样子。然后这样是说他现在做这个平台就是为了这个所设计的。然后这样子的话，目前来看的话，大量的这个熔铸的这个工具会现在已经变得越来越好，然后但是单个熔铸的工具并没有变得越来越好，所以说他希望现在能把这一部分的空缺能给填补上，并且他认为这是在未来来讲的话，对于个体是一个非常有意思的一个事件。
Yes, that's your tools give me that inspiration, right? I think it's very good for that scenario.
Yeah. I think so too. Like, it's similar to you go to a book signing event where the artist signs the book for you, and so it's even a more special version of that NFT, right? I could see that. That would be kind of cool. Or like you said, a gift where you give someone else a book and you write something in the front of it. I hope you have a great, maybe they've graduated and you give them a book and write them a little nice note in the beginning. So things like that. I think that's a great idea. I definitely will think more about that.
这是个非常好的想法，我以后会想更多。这就类似于像出书的那个背后的一个签名，或者是一个谁的一个毕业典礼，或者是一个什么活动上，你在他的首页进行了一次签名是一样的一个概念，非常好的一个想法。我以后会多去进行类似的思考。
OK， 大家还有什么问题吗？可以打字问，也可以开麦问啊。这咱们今天人比较少。今天周末，然后又是大早上的So, anybody has any question? Okay. I think it's a great show to us, Josh. Thank you very much. It's really nice show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you and your audience. It's been great. I really enjoyed it. I hope to do it again someday.
Yeah, and we will have it translated and uploaded to YouTube as a replay, so more people will share this idea, I think.
Awesome.
So anyway, thank you very much, Josh, and very nice to talk with you in this weekend. And thank you, Jin, as a translator. Okay.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's all for today, AMA, and thanks for everybody coming. 谢谢，再见。
再见，谢谢。
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Can you throw that in the microwave for me?